weight. Either I'm going to load the weight or I'm going to discharge the weight using my crane. Now, what happens when the crane is on the ship, wherever I put it, when the crane is on the ship, wherever I put it, the kg can be calculated as the direct distance from the keel to the center of gravity of the weight. Anna, that is how we are solving the questions. Beginning. Now the question comes that when I lift up this weight by my crane, when I lift up the weight by my crane, what is going to be the kg of that weight? When I lift up the weight using the crane, it is hanging in this way. What will be the kg of the crane, of the weight? What happens is the kg of the weight is supposed to rise to the top of the crane, to the top of the crane, right? So whenever the weight is not on the crane, whenever the weight is not on the crane or the derrick, the weight is kept on the ship somewhere, and we know from that compartment that this is the kg of that particular place. However, as soon as the weight is lifted up by the crane, the kg is going to jump to the top of the crane. Now, what is इससे हमको मतलब क्या है? Why are we then so interested in this one? इससे हमको मतलब क्या है? What do you think will happen if the kg jumps to the top of the crane? No, the kg is jumping to the top of the crane.
GM कम हो जाएगा सर. GM कम हो जाएगा.
Absolutely correct. GM कम हो जाएगा, stability कम हो जाएगा. And for this reason, we need to pre-calculate and make sure that my GM will always be sufficient. And for this reason, we need to understand these concepts. So there are three situations. There are three situations. So I'm going to put the load in different places. There are three situations. I have a load, let us say here, right? And I have the load here. So when I'm doing loading, this is the first situation scenario here. My crane is going to come up there. It is going to tie up to the load and it is going to heave up the load. Right? So as long as the weight is on the jetty, the weight does not belong to the ship. But as soon as the weight is picked up by the crane, the weight belongs to the ship. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Right? So weight picked up, right? Kg on top of crane. And weight added to displacement. Again, this is what is going to happen. Then at some point, it is going to slowly come and turn on the ship, and as long as it is on the crane, so we can say this one is an intermediate stage. So as long as it is on the crane, kg is on top of the crane. Or derrick, doesn't matter, top of the crane or derrick. Now the third situation is when I actually put the weight down on the deck. Once I put the crane, put the weight down on the deck, right? Then the weight has shifted from the crane to where I'm going to put it. Maybe on the deck, maybe in the twin deck, maybe in the hold, right? So once placed on board, yeah, kg of the weight will be kg of location. Once placed on board, kg of the weight will be kg of location. Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
Right. Now, same way, we can also look at discharging. So when we are discharging, the procedure will be other way around. So the first position will be here. So this will be the first position. Let me write it outside so that this will be the first position for discharging. That is kg of the weight will be the kg of the location. Right? Second will be the same. This one is the same for as soon as the crane picks up the weight, the kg rises to the top of the crane. And for discharging, this will be the third position. That is, as soon as the weight is released on the jetty, the weight is not part of the crane, not part of the ship, and therefore it will be discharged from the ship. It is simple like discharging from the ship. Are we able to understand the concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so then let us look at a question dealing with heavyweight. Exercise number 7, question number 9. We will do this by kg calculation.
सर एक सेकंड लास्ट पेज लाइन लास्ट वाला पॉइंट लिख रहे थे सर.
Yes, please. Actually, what I should do is, my first point here is the same as number 3. Is it should be that kg of weight same as location. In case of number 2, kg shift to top of crane. Top of crane as soon as lifted up. And then finally, number 3 position would be once on jetty, weight is discharged from the ship. Right? So that's how it is supposed to go. So in that case, we can actually erase these arrows here. And I will put this as L1, L2, L3, and D1, D2, and D3. That is for loading and discharging. So if you are ready, whenever you are ready, you can start to check up or check out on question number 9. We are going to load a weight of 200 tons using the ship's own derrick, whose head is 30 meters above the keel. We need to calculate kg of the ship when loading and after loading. So they have given us the displacement of the ship, kg of the ship. They have given us the kg of the upper deck where the weight is finally going to be placed. And they have given us the height of the derrick above the keel, that is 30 meters.
Sir, exercise 7, question 9.
Yes, exercise number 7, question 9. And we need to do this by kg method. Please use kg method. Okay, gentlemen, let me know if I can change this one, then we can work out together.
Yes sir, we can change sir.
Okay, then exercise number 7 and question number 9. So it will be very beneficial if you will make a sketch. That always helps us to understand what is going on with this thing.
सर ये स्टल्कन डेरिक कोई टाइप ऑफ डेरिक है क्या सर?
Yes, it is a type of derrick which was it was generally made up for heavy loads. It was generally made for very heavy loads. So this is my weight, and then finally the weight has got to come on the upper deck. Maybe I'm going to put it here, let us say. So the weight W, right? Now what is the information given to me? I will just put the heights here. So two heights are given to me. One is the kg of the weight where she is going to be finally loaded, and the kg of the Stalken derrick, right? This is 30 meters is given, and this is given upper deck kitna diya hua hai? 12 meters. and the weight is 200 tons. This is given. Right? We'll just write down what is given quickly. Displacement 15,000 tons. kg 7.9 meters. And weight is 200 tons. Upper deck kg is 12 meters. And Stalken derrick, or we will call it just derrick head, 30 meters of the keel. Right? So two cases, during loading and after loading. So we are not interested on the jetty. So during loading, we can just do a quick calculation. 15,000 into 7.9 is equal to so much, 200. And what will be the kg during loading? Kg of the weight during loading? 30 meters. 30 meters. So add up that one. We are loading. So add up everything. 15,200. Hi guys, एक मिनट प्लीज, एक मिनट, which is good enough. ठीक है.
सर मंडे को आफ्टरनून का टाइमिंग में 7:05 दिखा रहा है.
Is it showing present or not? That is good enough. As long as it is showing present, they have adjusted that attendance based on the time, based on the GMT time. That's okay. ठीक है, चलो तो इसमें कैलकुलेशन करते हैं. कितना हो गया? 15,000 into 7.9.
118,500.
ओके, 118,500. इसको जोड़ जाड़ के कितना होगा?
Sir, 124500.
124500. So final kg
8.19.
124500 divided by 15,200, 8.19 meters. तो ये हो गया वहां पे. Now B is the weight is going to be here, right? So there are two ways in which you can calculate. Again, I will show you both the ways. One way is I will take the weight directly from outside and I will put it here. That is one way. The first method we will use, I will take the weight directly from outside and I will put it there. The second method we will use is I will take it when it was hanging from here and then I'm going to put it here. These are the two ways in which we are able to calculate. So I will just draw a line here. So method one, direct loading. So direct loading is very easy. 15,000 into 7.9, 118,500. And we are going to load 200 tons. What is the kg of the load? Finally, it is going to be 12 meters. So 2400 add. And finally, I have 15200. And this will be 00901. Right?
120900.
Yeah. So final kg
954.
120900 divided by 15,200. Kitna?
7.954.
Yeah. So this is the straightforward method. Now you can also do it going down from here. Na? We had already calculated this one. So we can do it going down from there. So what we are going to do in this case, we are going to shift. Na? So in case of shifting, we are doing discharging from the top and adding down below. So let us try that. Shifting from the crane. It is right now on top of the crane. That's what we had calculated in the part A of the question. It is right now there. From there, I'm going to bring it to 12 meters. So what are we going to do? So I got 15,200 into 8.19. That is 124500. That is the first part. Now I'm going to remove it from top of the crane. So if I remove it from top of the crane, minus 200 into 30, that is minus 6,000. And I'm going to add it to the position here. I'm going to load it in the position. So plus 200 into 12, that will be plus 2400. My final status, ये plus minus cancel, okay, it will come to 15200, and I should get 12090. देखो जरा,
आ गया सर.
आ गया?
Yes,
So
sir.
this is another way of calculation, but I find this one is slightly for me this one is method 2. For me personally, it appears little bit more complicated. Method 1 appears very easy. इसमें
Yes,
कुछ
sir.
है ही नहीं. So I will also suggest to you that if you think method 1 is easy, you can please follow that. Method 2 करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Any one method. Is that okay? Ravi बोलो.
सर आपने जो अभी सेकंड पार्ट को मेथड 1 से किया था, तो जो इनिशियल है केजी अपना 7.9, बट जैसे ये डेरिक ने वेट उठाया था तो
नहीं,
उसका
हम तो डेरिक की सवाल ही नहीं पैदा हो रहा है. They have given us 200 tons to load, है ना? क्वेश्चन में क्या कहता है? We want to load 200 tons and we want to put it on the upper deck 12 meters. Now whether I'm going to use my derrick, whether I'm going to use somebody else's derrick, doesn't matter, because end of the day it is going to end up at on the upper deck.
ओके सर.
ठीक है? So it is just simple like what we have done so many times before. अभी तक जितने भी सवाल किए हैं हम इसी तरह से किए हैं. So I can do it like that, no problem.
ओके सर.
But similarly, आप अगर उसको डेरिक को यूज करके करना चाहते हो, you are most welcome. You can do it in the second method also.
ओके सर.
Okay, guys, we'll do one more question from the GG1 concept. Question number, देखो इसमें discharging किसमें है?
8.
8 में shifting कहता है.
No, saying 8 it is discharging.
No. Question exercise number 6. We go to exercise number 6.
10.
Yeah.
10 sir.
10. चलो 10 करते हैं. Okay, everybody, can I shift the page?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we are now going to exercise 6. We want to solve by GG1 method. Exercise 6, question number 10. We want to solve by GG1 method for the heavy lift. It is a heavy lift calculation. So again, better I will make the sketch. Right. Now they say derrick head 22 meters above keel is used to discharge a weight of 20 tons kg 5 meters lying on the center line. So I have the weight is lying here somewhere. Center line. If the vessel's displacement and kg before discharging was so much, calculate the kg. Kg bhi diya hua hai 5 meters. So let us say this is slightly here, kg 5 meters. Right. So this is my weight. This is my weight, and they want to know as soon as the derrick lifts the weight and after discharging. As soon as derrick lifts the weight and after discharging. So derrick lifts the weight ke liye, we will just make it something like this, or we can just pick it up and just show that derrick has picked up the weight in this way. And I need to show the kg of the two positions. Originally the kg is 5 meters, and finally the kg is crane का kg कितना दिया हुआ है?
22 sir.
22.
22 है sir.
22 meter. 22 meter. This is 22 meter. Now D के लिए I to calculate D I need to use the kg of the ship. So let us say I will just mark off here और नहीं इतना ज़्यादा नहीं. Let me reduce the number of this thing. kg of ship. So kg of the ship लेंगे तो then I can calculate two things. One is D for this one and the other one is D for this one. Right? So let us write down given kg of ship is equal to 8 meters, right? Kg of crane head. Crane कहता है, derrick कहता है. We will use the word that they have given. Derrick head. How much? 22 meters. Therefore, distance, or we can say vertical distance, is equal to D upwards 22 minus 8, that is equal to
14 sir.
14 meters. You can write here 14 meters. That is the first part. Similarly, also we have got kg of location of the weight. That is equal to 5 meters. Therefore, vertical distance, now in this case D downwards, is equal to 8 minus 5, 3 meters. Right? And obviously, displacement is given to me 6,000 tons and weight is 20 tons. Weight is 20 tons. Right? So let's do the first one, A. As soon as the derrick lifts the weight, so I have GG1 vertical should be in the upward direction, so goes up, is equal to W into D vertical for the crane. Sorry, we will use the word that they are using for derrick. Divided by the displacement. There is no change of displacement, hai na? As soon as the derrick lifts up, there is no change in the displacement.
Yes sir.
So I can say that is equal to 20 into 14 upwards divided by 6,000, and that will be how much?
0.0466.
0.046 meters upwards. Therefore, final, what he wants to know, final kg, km to diya hi nahi hai. So final kg is equal to 8 upwards chala gaya na. So plus or minus?
Plus.
Plus sir.
Yeah.
सर ये तो शिफ्ट होगा ना सर 5 से 22 की तरफ, क्योंकि लोड डिस्चार्ज तो किया ही नहीं है, तो हम शिप के केजी से कैसे कर सकते हैं?
ये भी ठीक है, बिल्कुल सही कह रहा हूँ, अभी तो डिस्चार्ज नहीं हुआ है, ये तो चार्ज था.
यस सर, उसी मेथड से किया.
22 minus 5 होगा ना सर, 17 आएगा सर.
या तो इसको हम डायरेक्टली ऐसे नहीं कर सकते, वी हैव टू यूज द शिफ्टिंग डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द टू. बिल्कुल सही कह रहा है. Okay, so accepted. So what we will do is D for the derrick.
आंसर उसी से हो रहा है सर, आंसर में एक्चुअली 17.
D upwards for derrick plus D downwards for the location. Yeah, and that will lead to, in any case it is going upwards only, so we will say here 20 into 14 plus 3 going upwards divided by 6,000. So that would be 300 here. So कितना आएगा?
0.057.
0.05.
0.057 meters going upwards, and my final kg will be
सर ऐड हो जाएगा.
8.057 meters. So this is not correct.
ये वाला कंसेप्ट बताएंगे सर एक बार.
Yeah, definitely. Now, what is happening in the first part, as soon as the weight is lifted upwards, the weight is not discharged from the ship. It is only being shifted. So my displacement remains the same. Weight obviously ये यहाँ पे आ गया. Now we are talking about shifting. So shifting from which point to which point? Shifting will be going from this point and coming to this point. Going from the original point right to the top. है ना? So shifting will be D in this case will be 14 मीटर ऊपर रह गया और नीचे में 3 मीटर और है plus 3, and that is going to be 14 plus 3, 17 meters. This is my shifting, right? So here we can say that distance for shifting is equal to 14 plus 3, 17 meters going upwards.
सर मतलब जो आपने पहले सर जो बेसिकली इसका मतलब आपने जो पहले किया था वो वाले स्टेप में वो हम तब करते जब केजी ऑफ शिप.
No, that is not going to apply in any case, because we are neither discharging the cargo and no, that's not going to apply in any case.
सर अगर केजी ऑफ वेट 8 मीटर होता सर तब.
Yeah, that is a special case. Yes, that is a special case. Welcome. Is that okay now? This part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's do the second part, and again second part we will be able to do in 2 ways. I'm going to clear off the top part here and we will do the second part here. Let me just clear up, and we will do it in 2 ways. Again, I can either discharge from top of the crane. Let us try to discharge from top of the crane, and alternately I will discharge from where it was originally. So I can do it in 2 methods. So B, method 1, discharge directly. Previously we did method 1, discharge directly, यानी कि यहाँ से I'm going to remove it from the ship. Method 1. And method 2, I'm going to remove it from the crane. Method 2. Let's see. Discharge directly. So if I'm going to discharge directly, what will be in any case after discharging? What is the displacement?
6,920, sir.
Yeah, 6,000 minus 20, that is equal to 5,980 tons. Now GG1 will be equal to W minus हो गया यहाँ पे into D, which is downwards है, divided by displacement minus W. So I have minus 20 into D downwards, that is 3 down, 5,980. Are you able to understand? Please let me know.
सर डी अपवर्ड होगा ना सर?
या इसको ये माइनस साइन हमें निकाल देना है. अगर माइनस साइन निकाल देंगे तो एरो को हम उल्टा कर देंगे, है ना? So what we will do is 20 into 3 is 60. So 60 I will put it upwards like that, divided by 5,980. So GG1 का sign will become upwards. And how much is that coming to?
0.01.
01 नहीं, कुछ आएगा डेसिमल प्लेस में.
0.010.
0.0100, sir.
Okay बेटा, okay. So then final kg. Final kg will be कितना? 8 मीटर लेके चलेंगे ना, बिकॉज उसने दिया हुआ है 8 मीटर लेके चलेंगे. 8 मीटर ऊपर की तरफ जा रहा है, 0.010, that will give me 8.010 meters. So this is one of the methods. Now method 2. In method 2, my kg of the weight बिल्कुल ऊपर की तरफ है. This one is the kg of the weight. W into D. So W remains the same. GG1 is equal to minus W. D ऊपर की तरफ. 14 meters है ना? 14 meters ऊपर की तरफ. So 14 in the upward direction. Divided by displacement minus W. So I have minus 20 into 14 upwards divided by 5980, right? Minus and arrow को अगर change करना है तो I will change it in the downwards direction. So my answer will come how much down?
0.0468.
0.04687 and downwards.
68 है सर.
0.0468 ना?
Yes sir.
तो 68 को 7 कर देते हैं. 3 digits हो गया मेरा. चलेगा?
Yes sir.
Okay. Now, तो GG1 नीचे तरफ आ रहा है कि नहीं?
Yes, sir.
Now, which kg do you think we will use for final kg calculation?
Sir, 8.05, sir.
Yeah. So final kg will be 8.057 minus 0.047, and answer will come still the same. Dekho, are we able to understand the concept ki nahi? Anybody wants to recheck? Please ask me questions. And I'm
कोई भी मेथड यूज कर सकते हैं सर दोनों में से.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल कोई भी मेथड यूज कर सकते हैं. बिल्कुल एब्सोल्युटली.
सर अगर ये जो फर्स्ट पार्ट है ए पार्ट,
हाँ,
इसको अगर हम वो वर्टिकल मूवमेंट वाले से करें तो
नो प्रॉब्लम बिकॉज ये जो एक्सरसाइजेस हैं, एक्सरसाइज नंबर 6 एंड एक्सरसाइज नंबर 7, दे आर गिवन टू यू फॉर योर प्रैक्टिस, एंड आई विल सजेस्ट दैट प्लीज प्रैक्टिस दोस क्वेश्चंस. ठीक है, बिल्कुल जैसे कहा गया है उसी तरह से प्रैक्टिस करिए, so that you are used to both the methods. But
Okay.
in the paper, when the question is asked, very rarely, actually I have never come across a question जिसमें ये कहा गया है कि use this method. You are free to use whichever method is comfortable. ठीक है ना? तो that is entirely up to you. No issues. No issues. Please ask me any more questions you have. Please feel free to ask.
सर एक बार ये दोबारा बता दो सर कि बी के फर्स्ट पार्ट में लाइक डिस्चार्ज हो रहा है एंड देन आल्सो वी आर एडिंग GG1, वो एक बार कंसेप्ट दोबारा बता दो प्लीज.
Which part here? B के first part में. Yeah. You see what we are doing here when we are saying discharge directly. When we say direct, let me use a different color here. When we say direct, we are using the original kg. Yeah? So when we say direct, then you are using original kg. So my calculations are with respect to original kg. ठीक है कि नहीं? Actually, in this case, in ये 14 meters में हमारा थोड़ा गड़बड़ है. This we have to take from 8.057. But the error is not going to be too much. Error will be still pretty much the same because it is only third place of decimal place or second place of decimal place is the error. Let me come to that. So discharge directly, we are going to use the original kg of the ship. So I have the weight is going to be discharged minus W. Okay. Now the position of the weight is 3 meters below the kg of the ship. So minus 20 multiplied by 3 meters downwards. Now normally we are not doing GG1 in terms of minus. We want to, if I will remove the minus, I will change the arrow. So arrow goes up and minus sign is removed. So I end up with 0.010 meters going upwards. Now upwards means obviously I will add up to 8 meters. तो ये ऊपर की तरफ चला गया 8.010 meters. This is the first part. In the second part, actually, my D has to be equal to 22 minus 8.057 meters. देखो जरा ये कितना आता है, because we are doing with respect to this one है ना,
13.943.
13.943. This is actually, that should be our calculation, 13.943. And how much is it going to give? It will be very close to that same thing.
Same 0.047.
Yeah, 0.466. So 0.466, we can still assume it is the same 0.047. And that is why our answer is matching. But technically, it should be 13.943. And that is the reason why, as I have said previously also in that previous question that we did with the moment, we prefer direct either loading or discharging for this part. In intermediate stages, we will calculate using the direct, but the final condition or the initial final condition, we can calculate direct loading or discharging. Only the intermediate stage we are using the direct for our calculation. Because जिसमें देखो, this becomes an error actually. 13.943 के जगह अगर हम 14 use करते हैं, तो this becomes an error. Why? Because when we are using this method too, we are using the kg for reference is 8.057. The ship's kg for reference is 8.057. Therefore, my D has to be calculated with respect to this kg. Any doubts?
सर जब आपने GG1 वाला जो आपने टेबल बनवाया था एक, तो उसमें आपने जब डिस्चार्ज करवाया था -W, तो उस टाइम आपने लिखवाया था GG1 will decrease.
Yeah, -W अगर हम लिखवाएंगे कि GG1 is going to decrease, then D का एरो देखो upwards है.
Yes sir, D का एरो upwards है.
हाँ, यहाँ पे D का एरो downwards है.
तो सर ये तो फिर डिपेंड करेगा ना कि मैग्नीट्यूड लाइक किसका ज्यादा, कि D ज्यादा वेरी कर रहा है या W ज्यादा बड़ा है.
No. Each one, the direction and the sign will be, for each one, it will be different. We can use the arrows also separately. For example, we can say that downwards, we can use a minus sign, but this is going to confuse you more. If I use a minus sign here, then I have a -3 here. So minus into minus becomes a plus, and therefore the end result is a plus. Okay, if I was loading, then W into -3, that would have been a minus, and therefore the G shifts downwards. So we can do it in that way also, but this is actually complicating the business more.
Got it, sir.
Anybody else? Anything? क्या time हो रहा है?